Welcome back to another video. This is your girl Chantel Lewis. And if you are new to my page, what are you waiting for? Come and join the Pierre family where we talk about God, y'all. It's all about God. There's no movement. There's no he say. There's no nada without the presence of God. And I would like to thank everybody who continue to support me on my page. May God tremendously bless you in a way that ears have not heard, eyes haven't seen. May He continue to bless you guys. Well, today I wanted to talk to you about a great testimony that I thought was very deep in my heart, and I felt compelled to come to my video and to come here and my platform to share with you the glory of God, the greatness of our Father. And I pray that it be a blessing to you so that you can continue your faithful walk with God. Amen. Amen. So like in the month of what month was that? October, I believe it was October. Even before that, I was asking God because everybody knows, and this is about my a car. I was asking God. I was telling God, before since the year of 2013, I had purchased a Ford Mustang. At the time, I only had two children. It was a two-car door. I like sometimes, y'all, I ain't gonna lie to you. At that point, I was obsessed with cars. You couldn't tell me nothing. If I wanted to get it. I would work so hard just to get the car that I was obsessed with. And in the year of 2013, I was obsessed with Ford Mustangs. And I bought it, not knowing that I would have four kids. Like, Ronald, come on. What are you doing? Anyway, y'all, so I did all these years with the car, but I reached to the end road where I was telling God, I said, God, I have four children. You know how that saying say, ask and you shall receive, knock and you will open the door. Seek and you shall find. So I would have this way of writing letters to God. I don't know how you speak to God. Like, I pray. One way I do it, I pray. Another way is I write to my father. I actually write a letter as if I'm gonna post it or everything, but it's just that I keep it, and sometimes I burn it. But I wrote a letter to God, and sometimes I just have these card. At my old house in Lehigh, I would make like a vision board, and it was like basically me speaking to God, telling him this what I need, one, two, three, write my prayers and write what I want, my heart desire, and ask him, may he do his will, may he do it. But this time around, and this year, I was telling God, I say, man, I was really deep into the thought that, four kids, this Ford Mustang is really like it's annoying. My daughter is 13, her legs have grown, like tall as a tree. It's annoying. And but I said, God, I wanted to be responsible because, at this time, I didn't start the job too long ago. And I didn't want to be in a place where I was stuck and getting, doing things and I couldn't afford it. So I didn't want car payment, guys. A lot of people get the car payment, all respect to you, but I'm so scared of bills. I'm so scared of it. I feel like if I have the 10 grand, if I want to buy a car, just do it. But to do the 500 and the $600 a month it's killing me. And I may say, oh, there's some for $349 where the way I think of cars and stuff like that, it probably would have been 500 the cars that I like. But anyways, so I was trusting the Lord. So you could say before November, because I kept praying and praying and praying about it, but I wasn't really focused on it. As I was worshiping and as I was like reading my Bible and meditating with the Lord, I would ask God, I said, God, you know what? In your word, you said that if he said in his word that if it's a bird that he feed, they do not go hungry. What about you, who his child? He will watch over you. He will not allow you to go hungry. And guys, y'all, I believe in the word. I believe in the word. If you read the word without believing, then you're wasting your time, literally. So I try to apply the word and try to live by it. So therefore, when I pray, I become like active in faith to receiving the word. So I said, God, I need a car for these kids. I need the four car. but I don't want a car payment. And I don't care. Sometimes you get in a place of life where you don't care about the stuff you used to love back in the days. You know, like how you used to like, oh, look at that Jag, look at that Mac, look at that Lexus, look at that. Now I don't care. You know, I don't care as long as it drives and it have four wheels and it could get me from A to B. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's go, choo choo. It's better than standing in that sun and getting wet with the rain. It's so better, guys. So I actually got, but guys, sometimes when we ask God for something, understand He will give it to you. But sometimes the route to getting what you want, it is sometimes such the most hardest thing you have to go through and the hardest thing you have to deal with. So guys, one day I was driving from work, and it was a week where I was really concentrated on asking God. I said I need a SUV, something like that, for the kids because they a lot, and my husband don't really like them in his Escalade because they do like to, they messy, like, you know how they like to touch things. He don't really want people touching things inside his Escalade, so he kind of like was like, damn, the Lexus is. I don't like driving the Mustang at the time because they were so tight in there, but in the Escalade they move around a bit too much, and he really don't like it. And he ain't got no choice because they his kids, right? So eventually, I was praying. It was a week where I was praying really hard, and even went to work, and I was like, God, if I was making videos where I was saying, if you need something, ask the Lord, and He will listen to you. But I was all in the spirit, y'all. I was all in the spirit. And then on Sunday, my pastor prayed for me, y'all. He prayed for me, and I was like, okay, and I was receiving it and everything, and I was like, okay. On Monday morning that I left the church, on Monday morning that I left for work in the morning, my husband said, oh, I need you to go drop Samantha to school. So I literally got in the car, came from work, and went straight to the crib to get her, to drop her to school. And when I was dropping her to school, I heard my car sounding like a motor of, like when you cut in the grass, but I didn't really think it was me because my car don't ever like give me issues. That car been rocking with me since 2013. It was a 2006 or a 2007 Mustang. It was very good detail. It was loyal to me. I rode to Texas when it came back. It was very loyal to me, guys. So I'm hearing, I'm telling my daughter, I say, open there, what car doing that noise? All that noise in the street. And I'm looking because I'm like, all that noise? And she's like, Mommy, I think it's your car. I said, that ain't my car. And she was like, Mommy, I think it's your car. I said, no, that's not my car. And guys, as a woman, you don't want to have car problems because it's embarrassing. And sometimes you don't want to stand in the heat. So automatically, not even a second go by, I'm like, I put my window down. It is my car. With the AC being on and the music, I couldn't hear the car. So I was like, damn. So thank God I was so close to her school. And when I got to her school, I told her, go ahead and walk. I called her dad and automatically call our mechanic. Our mechanic is on the way. Her dad is on the way. And I'm thinking it's just going to be a thing where he do a little 1, 2, 3 and we take the car. So I take his car and I leave him there and I go home with the child. Then he comes back and say, honey, the car have bigger issues than you think. I think it's an engine problem. And I went in my head, I don't even got no funds. That car better not have no engine problem, not at this time. Because sometimes you're doing something and you're saving for it and you still don't want to deal with this situation. You don't want to, because you don't want to mess up your saving. You understand what I'm saying? And so I'm like, oh no. It's not that I couldn't fix the car, but I had a project and I'm dealing with it at the whole time. So imagine I'm doing my book and it's just, there's no time to be playing with no car with that need engine. And I had that car for a long time. So I said, okay, so the guy said he couldn't do it because you had to actually lift up he didn't have the material to put the car high. So he had to end up going to a car mechanic that was like And then when they put it on the computer, they say, yo, they said, oh, it might not be a big deal. We'll call you with information. Then they call me back talking about, oh, it's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be like, it's an engine problem, but we have to buy the engine, and then we'll tell you how much we'll do it. And I already know what they was gonna probably talk about, like 4 or 3 thousand. I already know, like it was just like a situation. And I'm somebody, I don't know how to let go things. I don't. I'm very loyal to my friends. That's why when I get broken, it really hurts me because I don't know how to let go. And my heart was breaking for the car because when I went home, I couldn't go with my car. It was sleeping at the shop. So I told Ronald, pass by. I'm so loyal to my babies. I'm so loyal. And so I'm looking at Mustanga and I'm like, damn, she hurt and stuff like that. I wanted to fix her. But something in my spirit was telling me, no, don't. So then Ronald's friend said he could fix it. It's not an engine. You don't have to change the engine. So we paid for a towing to bring it to Miami from Oakland Park. But when it got to Miami, the guy, he said, oh man, it is an engine problem. I'm going to check out an engine for you. I was like, damn, why he made us do all of that? We already paid all that money. Ugh. And then eventually I told Ronald, you know what? The devil trying to mess with me. He trying to make me see that I was worshiping and it was in vain and it wasn't. I said, I'm not going to pay him no mind. I said, leave the car where it's at. You just going to have to take me to work and come get me. And we going to worry about the project that I got going on. I ain't worrying about the car right now. I went on my knees that day and I said, Lord, my heart is broken. Because I'm not even somebody who like to ask. I don't like to ask nobody for no ride. I never did the Uber thing. I never got on no bus. I never did a taxi thing. I always had a legit ride. I always had a car. God, this is a big test for me. Maybe it's not for somebody who's used to catching a bus. But I haven't get on the bus since high school. So I'm not used to it. But I was like, God, I ain't going to make that shake my spirit. I was hurt though. And when we was driving back, I was like, oh my God. But I was really hurt. But I say, leave it alone. Just leave it. When I want to deal with it, I'll deal with it. So finally, my husband been taking me to work, coming back.